So, guys, this is my review for Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, Season 2, Episode 2, we are walking into the entertainment arc um, for the anime. And so this this episode was titled Infiltrating the Entertainment District. And it was basically, it was straightforward. I did briefly talk about this in my reaction from a few hours ago. That this was pretty much straightforward. It was to me, it was more centered around Tengen and Zenitsu more than anything, just because it really is following closely to like the manga and stuff. And as once again, as I mentioned in past videos and even in my reaction today for episode 2, that I've only read a small portion of this current arc for the red light district arc of the manga, which they decided to change it and calling it the entertainment light district arc. That basically this episode is where I left off in the manga, basically. And so, with that, we're getting ready to walk into episode 3 next week. Now, I'm still thinking about it, but I might, after watching this episode, I might end up reading just a couple of chapters of more of this, basically more of this arc, and then doing review videos on this arc for the manga specifically. I may do that. I just might do that this week, if I have time. But like I said, more so the episode was more. It was more like on the comedic side, is what I'm trying to say. Episode 2 was more on the comedic side, where Tengen and Zenitsu, like Tengen's basically trying to explain. He's trying to explain to Tanjiro and crew, like, I have these wives. They're out here searching. I sent them to infiltrate this area because there's demons and stuff. There's all this stuff going on. There's that demon activity over here. Zenitsu's getting more and more upset. He just does not. He just doesn't like Tengen at all. He feels like he's not smart, basically. And it makes him even more upset, because he's like, he even asks him, like, this is what you do. You get new women under you, and they become your wives, and then you send them off to do stuff for your for your own sake. But Tengen's like, I got these 3 wives because because of this demon activity. But again, like I said, Zenitsu, he's just really just so upset that he's just showing it all over his face throughout this episode. And Tanjiro, of course, per the manga, per this episode, he's like the main one to get picked, where he ends up getting he basically gets in front of the he has a face to face with the demon herself, with the little girls talking about I think it's Mashio. I think that's her name. I could be wrong. Can't remember, because I just literally just watched the episode. So with the 2 girls talking about the character, which is basically one of Uzui's wives, 3 wives, that he's trying his best to gain some information. But again, the demon comes up and asks him specifically about her running away without paying her debt and stuff like that. So Tanjiro, his response, he can't lie for the life of him. He's too honest with himself. So he's too honest as a character. So it was really hard for him to lie, especially be able to say, like, she was my sister. But also through this episode, we see that because they had the makeup on, because they weren't attractive, and that like I said, Tanjiro gets picked, and even Inosuke gets picked. Zenitsu does end up getting picked, but it's like later on in the episode. So it was just like I said, it was more like funny than anything throughout this episode, and more so focused on Tengen and Zenitsu and their many arguments about Tengen having all these wives. So, but like I said, the straightforward episode. They get in, they infiltrate the district and all of that. You know, they get into the buildings and stuff, and they're trying to figure out what is going on, any key information on Tengen's wives, and of course, like I said, per the manga, even in this episode, Inosuke is the one that seems to be the one that's going to be finding where one of Tengen's wives is located, is being held up. Because at the end of this episode, we do get to see a part of the demon, like the demon's lips, at least, and her talking to Tengen's wife, and asking her questions and stuff like who's, because of these letters that she was sending back to Tengen, she throws them on the ground. She asks her like, who were you sending these letters to? She said her name, but I forgot her name. But like I said, at the end of this episode, Inosuke is the one that looks like he's going up some stairs, and he is heading in what seems to be the direction where the one Tengen's wife is held up. So we'll see what happens come episode 3 next week. I can't wait. I'm gonna end up rewatching the episode anyway because, like I said in my reaction, I'm gonna probably do some side videos on specific things in the episode. Not gonna talk a whole bunch about everything that occurred, but just some specific stuff that kind of stood out to me. But what did you all think of episode 2, guys? Leave some comments in the comment section below. What did y'all think of the episode? Let's talk about some things. But hopefully I will talk to y'all next time. More Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. Peace, guys.